We all know that Marvel kind of butchered Black Bolt when they first brought him into the MCU, but there's hope that we'll actually see a much better version of him coming up, maybe in something like Avengers Secret Wars or even a Doom-focused movie. And a big reason to get excited is Earth X and the Uhura Boltagon storyline, because it gives us a version of Black Bolt that's even more intense and layered than the one we've seen. For those who aren't familiar, Uhura Boltagon is essentially the next-generation Black Bolt on Earth X. He inherits his father's insanely powerful sonic scream, but Earth X circumstances give him some extra abilities. He's trained by Captain Britain, making him a top-tier martial artist in the Marvel Universe, and he leads the Iron Men, which are a bunch of high-tech androids modeled after the classic Avengers. He's also got a vibranium suit that boosts his strength and stamina, which on top of his inhuman physiology makes him a serious force. Plus, he rules as the King of Britain, so he's got tons of wealth and resources at his disposal. That combination makes him one of the most formidable characters in Earth X. Earth X itself is fascinating because it's not just a single story, it's a whole alternate universe, designated Earth 9997 in the Marvel Multiverse. The original series came out in 1999, written by Jim Krueger with art by John Paul Leon, and it was based on Alex Ross's notes. The series imagines a dystopian Marvel universe where powers are no longer rare and even regular humans can have super abilities. It really examines how classic characters like Spider-Man, Captain America, and Hulk would navigate a world where everyone has powers. The series was popular enough to get sequels, Universe X and Paradise X, as well as a prequel, Marvel's X. One of the interesting things about Earth X is how it sets up major cosmic stakes. Around 10 years after the heroic age ends, Black Bolt releases Terrigen mists into the Earth's atmosphere to try and make humanity into Inhumans, hoping to prevent his people from being persecuted. He even blinds Uatu, the Watcher, to stop him from witnessing it, and then the Inhumans leave Earth. Uatu, now unable to watch properly, sends X-51 Machine Man to observe Earth instead. Machine Man is frustrated because he sees Uatu constantly predicting the hero's defeat. Meanwhile, Captain America quits the Avengers after killing Red Skull because he feels unworthy. And Reed Richards' attempt to solve an energy crisis with a vibranium network goes horribly wrong when a scientist falls into the reactor, becoming Iron Maiden. At the same time, the Terrigen mists start mutating humans, though most of the world blames Plague X on Richards' experiment. There's also Benny Beckley, son of Comet Man, who gains the power to control others and becomes the villain Skull. Most of the world's telepaths die because of this, and Dr. Doom and Namor end up fighting the Fantastic Four, with Doom and Susan Richards dying and Johnny Storm being killed by Namor. Franklin Richards curses Namor so part of his body bursts into flame, forcing him back into the ocean. A grief-stricken Reed dons Doom's armor and exiles himself to Latveria. Then you have the Absorbing Man absorbing Ultron, but the Vision stops him with a computer virus. This ends with the Absorbing Man being shattered and scattered so he can't be reassembled. Meanwhile, Norman Osborn manipulates America into electing him president, using alien DNA to create a Hydra parasite that mind controls hosts. He also gives Tony Stark political asylum in exchange for building robotic Avengers to fight Hydra. Now, bringing this back to Marvel's plans, it's exciting because with the confirmed restart and X-Men integration, we could see elements of Earth X bleed into the MCU. Uhura Boltagon could appear as a more developed Black Bolt with his martial arts skills, vibranium armor, and leadership over the Iron Men. Since Marvel is recasting and retooling characters for the new saga, it's possible that Uhura's story could unfold into a solo film or even within a Secret War setup, especially since that event naturally ties together multiple timelines and universes. This would allow Marvel to explore the dystopian elements, the Terrigen mists, and the complex power dynamics between humans, Inhumans, and Celestials, all while giving us a more faithful, layered take on Black Bolt than we've seen before. We could also see nods to Earth X through subtle world building. For instance, characters who were enhanced by Celestials could be introduced, and the MCU could explore the moral and psychological ramifications of humans suddenly gaining powers. Ahura Boltagon's martial arts mastery could be shown in large-scale battle sequences, possibly against villains influenced by the Celestials or other cosmic forces, while his vibranium suit gives him both offensive and defensive advantages. The MCU could even hint at Iron Men-like androids, either as allies or adversaries, which would tie into the broader cosmic conflict. Another cool angle is how the MCU could connect Earth X's dystopian elements to its own versions of the X-Men saga. With mutants now officially part of the cinematic universe, the idea of mass Terrigen-induced mutations could overlap with mutant origins or create tension between Inhumans and mutants. This would let Marvel explore more morally gray territory, where enhanced humans struggle with identity, power, and responsibility, mirroring Earth X's philosophical themes. Even though the original Earth X is pretty dense and complicated, elements like Black Bolt's leadership, Iron Men, and celestial manipulations can be adapted without overwhelming casual viewers. The MCU could use these story beats to give us stakes that feel larger than any single hero, while still delivering personal arcs for characters like Black Bolt, Captain America, and Reed Richards. The fact that Marvel is willing to recast characters and reboot stories means they have the flexibility to stay closer to the comic lore, especially with a character as rich as Ahura Boltagon. Overall, the Earth X storyline is perfect for introducing complex, layered narratives into the MCU while keeping the action and spectacle that audiences love. Ahura Boltagon could serve as a bridge between the Inhumans, the Avengers, and the cosmic side of Marvel, giving us new kinds of threats and alliances. Plus, with Secret Wars naturally involving multiple universes and timelines, it's a great way to introduce Earth X's dystopian flavor without it feeling forced. It also sets up long-term storytelling opportunities, like exploring the moral implications of mass power, the cost of leadership, and the constant struggle between heroes and cosmic entities. So, if Marvel follows through, we could see Ahura Boltagon fully realized as a more powerful, strategically brilliant Black Bolt, leading the Iron Men and taking on cosmic threats. Well, that's it for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, because we'll be covering more updates on this soon and other exciting upcoming movies and series. We'll see you next time.